Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. Okay, let's take a look here. The forest was beckoning to the woman, calling her to its peaceful embrace to spend time in nature with her dog. She rounded the dog up and headed for the trail, knowing the fresh air and emerald canopy would do her good. In the middle of the state forest, and along the riparian zone of the creek, the woman and her dog enjoyed the freedom and peace of the woods. The well-maintained trail was worn with shoe and bike prints, proving its acceptance and appreciation by the local citizens. At a remote point in the trail, a rustling in the brush drew the woman's attention, and her dog's as well. A black bear suddenly charged from the brush and dashed toward the woman as her dog barked and growled. She pulled on the dog's leash, hoping to prevent a fight with the bear. The dog distracted the bear and gave it a reason to pause its attack. Soon, though, the bear charged once again, and this time the bear meant business. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. In the forested trail network nestled just north of Lake Whatcom, located in Whatcom County in northwestern Washington state, humans and bears are running into each other with alarming regularity. This region sits in the foothills of the North Cascades, defined by rugged topography, rolling ridges, and deeply carved evergreen valleys. Historically, these timbered lands were utilized for logging and indigenous foraging, but in modern times, they've transformed into a beloved recreational corridor. Trail systems such as the Olsen Creek network off Y Road draw daily visitors for trail running, dog walking, and mountain biking. The local climate is maritime Pacific Northwest, characterized by mild, dry summer months and long, wet, temperate winters that feed lush, dense flora. The towering canopy overhead is dominated by mature western red cedar, towering Douglas fir, and widespread western hemlock. Beneath these giants, the understory flourishes with shrubs such as ocean spray, vine maple, and red elderberry, alongside extensive patches of berry bushes including sweet thimbleberry, abundant Himalayan blackberry, and wild salmonberry. This rich temperate rainforest is also home to a diverse array of wildlife, including black-tailed deer, Douglas squirrels, coyotes, bobcats, and North American black bears. From an environmental forensics perspective, the Olsen Creek State Forest, extending north from Lake Whatcom, provides an intricate ecological web where black bears either thrive or face intense seasonal resource pressure. In mid-August, the forest's 48 square miles is typically rich with high-calorie forage as native berry bushes reach their peak yield, offering bears the sugars needed to begin building fat reserves before winter. However, when human recreation overlaps heavily with natural feeding grounds along narrow creek basins like Olsen Creek, environmental corridors become pinched. Heavy underbrush can hide approaching footsteps, muffling sound and creating stagnant air pockets where scent disperses slowly. When natural berry patches dwindle or dry up due to the summer warmth, bears often follow game paths down into secondary growth and interface areas, leading to unexpected close-quarters confrontations between foraging animals and recreationists sharing the very same single-track pathways. On the morning of Saturday, August 15, 2026, a local female hiker whom we'll call Sophia set out to explore the peaceful trails north of Lake Whatcom. Not much has been released about her, but it is known she was engaged in one of her favorite weekend outdoor hobbies. It was documented that she was not carrying an accessible deterrent such as a firearm or a canister of bear spray. She was accompanied by her dog, which remained leashed throughout their hike. The hike began routinely on the well-maintained trails north of Lake Whatcom, an area known locally within the Olsen Creek Trail network along Y Road. As the woman and her leashed companion moved through the dense forest, they approached a brushy patch in the trail. Rustling in the bushes drew their attention, and a black bear suddenly emerged and began to stalk the woman and her dog. When a bear is charging in defense of itself or a carcass, it will stop after charging and make a show of force. The bear was not bluff charging, and continually pursued Sophia and her dog. Each time the bear would close in, Sophia would outsmart it by using the terrain, keeping some kind of obstacle between herself and the bear. Her dog did his part as well, as he would bark at the bear and charge it, keeping the bear a manageable distance from Sophia. Each time the bear charged, Sophia would find a way to continually move towards safety while keeping an obstacle between herself and the bear. Her constant movement without panicking and keeping her dog leashed and under her control kept the bear at bay for about an hour. Sophia arrived at the trailhead parking lot, where she notified authorities of the bear's predatory behavior. Because she successfully evaded physical contact, no hospital admission or emergency field trauma treatment was required, though the emotional toll of fleeing an apex predator left a lasting impression, I'm sure. When wildlife enforcement officers and houndsmen arrived on the scene, they witnessed the lingering tension that always accompanies a near-miss encounter. Officers from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife noted the distress and urgency in the hiker's account as they deployed specialized tracking dogs onto the Olsen Creek trail network to scent the aggressive animal. The immediate area showed signs of recent animal transit, but despite hours of systematic scouring through dense thickets, brushy ravines, and damp cedar groves, the hounds and handlers were unable to locate or track down the offending bear. Because the animal could not be located by game wardens, it was neither captured nor euthanized, remaining wild and free within the northern Cascade foothills. With no animal retrieved for scientific examination, the exact sex, weight, and general health condition of the bear could not be officially cataloged. Wildlife officials found no initial evidence of a nearby cached animal carcass or unnatural food attractant that would have sparked defensive behavior, and there was no direct visual confirmation of cubs in the immediate vicinity. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to our episodes, photos, and notes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce true, educational, and entertaining content like this. Looking at the broader wildlife landscape, Washington State encompasses roughly 71,300 square miles of land and is home to a robust population of approximately 25,000 to 30,000 black bears. This creates an average density of roughly 1 bear per 2.5 square miles across the entire state, with significantly higher concentrations in the heavily wooded mountains of Whatcom County. Despite this sizable population, bear attacks across Washington remain extraordinarily rare, with only about 20 confirmed physical human encounters recorded over the past 5 decades, and just 1 fatal black bear attack documented in state history. A tactical debrief on the encounter highlights several crucial survival lessons. The hiker's decision to keep her dog on a secure leash was pivotal. Free-roaming dogs frequently provoke bears and inadvertently lead them back to their handlers. While standard wildlife protocol advises against running from a bear to avoid triggering a chase reflex, split-second terror often overrides training. Experts at the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife emphasize that hikers confronted by a bear should stand tall, raise their arms to maximize their profile, speak in a firm, low tone, and slowly back away while preparing to deploy bear spray, rather than turning and sprinting. After reviewing the facts surrounding this attack, I'm left with a few questions for you. Would the use of an accessible canister of bear spray on a waist harness have deterred this bear before the pursuit ever began? Did the presence of a leashed dog prevent an actual physical attack, or did the canine's scent instigate the animal's initial interest? And lastly, how should trail managers balance high-density mountain biking and hiking access in areas known to harbor active, habituated predators? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.